Hi, I'm Brenda Lindsay from Mind Transformations. I'm representing the Howell Chamber of Commerce today. And with me is John and Danette Bell from Empowering Futures. Welcome. So happy to have the two of you here.
Thank you, Brenda. It's good to be
Thanks,
here.
Brenda. Wonderful. So what inspired you to start Empowering Futures?
What inspired us to start it? Well, we've had a long-time friend who's in the wealth management business, and we've done business ventures in the past, and he was having challenges with a client who was going through a major life event and transitioning, sort of like retirement, right? So they were selling a business that they had owned for many years, and they were struggling in a big way. And he didn't have a process to really deal with that as an advisor in that capacity. So with our background and what we do, he requested that we consider it and maybe come up with something, create a process, a program that would help address the issue and help individuals at this stage of life make this life transition.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. What makes you unique?
Well,
Well, one, we work together,
yeah, husband
And wife team here.
Yeah.
partners,
That's
we make it
unique.
work together. Yeah.
and it's really powerful, actually, because we're very opposite in how we view the world. So we bring a complete package of how people see the world, with
Yeah.
both of us.
Interesting. Did you want to share what the differences are and how you complement each other?
Oh, boy. Yeah. So there is a couple assessments that we use in our process. One is called the Colby. This is how we naturally take action. And the other is True Colors, which is a personality profile. So, yeah, showing that how we're opposite and really can appreciate our differences. Because as naturally we would probably think something's wrong with them because they don't see the world like we do. But using these tools with our coaching, it really helps people to have an appreciation for our differences, and that how I'm wired, you're wired, John's wired is our superpower.
Yeah, and it's really important
It
today's
is
world.
very important.
So thank you for
Yeah.
what you guys do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, specifically when we're working with clients, we're working with medium to mid-market to lower market businesses, so smaller businesses, working with individuals. And what we're essentially doing is helping them to uncover the blind spots that are holding them back and limiting beliefs and breaking down basically their thinking. Because we take a neurobehavioral perspective. My background's in biopsychology, cognition, and neuroscience, and as well as computer systems. And so we've kind of wrapped that all together into the program that we've created. And so we take a systems approach when we're working with people and break it down so that they understand better about how this system works, this human system works, and apply it in a way that really where they're able to freely create what it is that they're looking to create
that's
for themselves
awesome.
and their lives or business.
So can you give us some examples of how you interact with your clients and then maybe provide a couple of examples of what that looks like?
Sure, absolutely. We oftentimes get our work through referrals, right? So that's why the Chamber is very important to us, is to constantly expand our network and area of influence. And the engagement is primarily when a high-performing business maybe hits a ceiling of complexity, or they're struggling with regards to their culture, or the leadership is not all that it can be within a particular organization. That's where we can come in and help. So we have a diverse background in business, in both operations as well as business process engineering and computer systems and so forth. So we have that practical part of the business, but the human component is often what's missing. And that's where we focus with Empowering Futures.
So is it like a 3-month gig or a 6-month gig, or is it anywhere in between? Kind of, what does the timeline kind of look like?
Sure, that's a
Yeah.
good question. Danette, why don't you?
Yeah, I would say initially when we enter into a relationship with a business owner, there's a period of time where we are assessing what's really going on, and that's depending on the different programs we enter into. It's usually about 4 months, a time frame to really do an assessment of what is going on with them and what they need and how we can support them, and then it depends on the business and what's going on. We have clients that we're in there for years. It just depends on what's happening. As an example, we've got 2 clients right now. One, they've had tremendous amount of growth. They're hiring a ton of people. So we're getting in there to really solidify what's important in their culture right away, and working with the individuals and teams using what I mentioned, the Colby, True Colors, doing workshops within their groups so they know how to communicate more effectively
Right.
with each other and really valuing the differences, how to set up a team when you're working on a particular initiative. And then another example is we have a company that's been in business for a lot of years. They're very siloed, and they're not necessarily communicating all areas of the business together as a single entity moving together. And so, we're in there helping to break down the walls, the barriers that exist between these different areas too. So they can just really link arms and charge forward
As a team.
as a team.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah, we have a flagship program called the Life Method, which is mainly for an individual, so it could be the owner of the company, their C-suite or leadership team, to dive in, take a look at themselves, and and really analyze what they're creating. So we take a Socratic approach, which is question based, always questions, right? So that we draw the individual to do their self-discovery and really examine their life, as Socrates would have us do, right? And see what did we create and assess whether or not it's working for us. And from doing that process, we identify the blind spots that are holding us back. And then the individual can then start to create something new that's going to move them forward.
So tell us a little bit about how the Howell Chamber of Commerce has helped you with achieving your goals or moving in the direction of achieving your goals.
Yeah, it's a good question. Well,
Yeah.
tell them about the first
Well,
obvious
okay,
one.
I'm a lifelong resident of Livingston County. I was born and raised in Brighton. My dad had his law practice on Main Street when there was 2 lights in Brighton, so I've seen a lot of change. So it was really important to us to be in a local community. And so the Howell just, it's a fabulous group of people, and making the connections, being able to do something like this, they're very generous. We actually are just leased an office space within the Howell Chamber that we're super excited about, and seeing all you beautiful ambassadors frequently. There's a ton of opportunity to grow your business through the Chamber that we really appreciate.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for being here. It's so good to see the two of you again.
Well, it's good seeing you too. Thank you for having us.
Wonderful.
This time.